The Galactic Council had ruled the stars for 10,000 years. From their crystal spires on the capital world of Nexus Prime, they governed 300 species across 1,000,000 worlds. The Valkyrie brought their wisdom, the Thraxians their strength, and the Mindari their technological prowess. Together, they maintained order through careful diplomacy and measured force. When the humans first appeared at the edge of Council space, they seemed unremarkable. Their ships were crude metal constructs powered by primitive fusion drives. Their representatives spoke in simple terms about trade and peaceful contact. The Council's xenobiologists classified them as a typical emerging species, aggressive by nature but capable of civilization given proper guidance. Ambassador Keth of the Valkyrie welcomed the human delegation with the standard protocols. The humans, led by a woman named Lissa Kane, appeared nervous but determined. They spoke of their homeworld Earth and their small colony ships spreading slowly through nearby systems. They requested permission to establish trade routes and asked for technological assistance in terraforming. The Council agreed, as they always did with new species. The humans would be granted provisional membership, allowed to develop under Council oversight, and gradually integrated into galactic society. In exchange, they would provide raw materials and accept Council law. It was a bargain that had worked successfully for millennia, but humans proved different from the start. Within a standard year, human expansion accelerated beyond all projections. Their colony ships multiplied rapidly, spreading to systems the Council had marked as off-limits. When contacted about these violations, the humans apologized but continued their expansion. They claimed their population growth required new worlds, and their technology had improved faster than expected. Commander Vale of the Thraxian Defense Force recommended immediate intervention. The humans were becoming too numerous and too widespread to control easily, but the Council chose patience, as they always did. They imposed trade restrictions and demanded the humans withdraw from unauthorized systems. The humans refused. What followed challenged every assumption the Council held about civilization and progress. Instead of negotiating or submitting, the humans began militarizing. Their industrial capacity, which had seemed modest, suddenly revealed itself as vast and adaptable. Shipyards appeared in dozens of systems almost overnight. Their simple fusion drives gave way to more advanced propulsion systems reverse-engineered from Council technology. Admiral Rex Thompson, now leading the human space forces, sent a message to Nexus Prime that would be remembered throughout galactic history. His words were simple and direct. "We came in peace, seeking friendship and trade. You offered us chains disguised as guidance. We choose another path." The Thraxian fleet, the Council's primary military force, moved to contain the human expansion. For 3 centuries, the Thraxians had maintained peace through superior firepower and tactical excellence. Their bioorganic ships were living weapons, capable of regenerating damage and adapting to enemy tactics. No species had ever successfully challenged them in open combat. The first battle occurred at the Kepler Station, a human mining outpost. Near the Council frontier, 3 Thraxian dreadnoughts arrived, expecting quick surrender. Instead, they found a prepared defense force of smaller human vessels using unconventional tactics. The humans employed coordinated swarm attacks, sacrificing individual ships to damage larger targets. They used their industrial infrastructure as weapons, turning mining stations into missile platforms and cargo vessels into ramming ships. The Thraxians won the battle, but lost 2 dreadnoughts in the process. The cost shocked the Council. Never before had an emerging species inflicted such losses on a senior member's fleet, but the humans were just beginning. Over the following months, human tactics evolved with frightening speed. They developed new weapons specifically designed to counter Thraxian bioships. They created artificial viruses that attacked the living hulls and deployed electromagnetic pulses that disrupted bioneural networks. Where other species might have spent decades perfecting such technologies, humans deployed them within weeks. The turning point came at the Battle of Haven's Gate, a strategic system controlling access to the inner council worlds. The entire Thraxian battle fleet assembled there, confident in their numerical superiority. The humans brought every available ship, from military vessels to converted freighters crewed by volunteers. The battle lasted 3 days. Human forces sustained devastating losses but refused to retreat. They fought with a desperation and creativity that bewildered their enemies. Damaged ships became guided missiles. Boarding parties fought to the death in the corridors of enemy vessels. Even civilian craft joined the attack, their crews willing to sacrifice themselves for victory. When the Thraxian fleet finally broke and fled, the Council faced a truth they had never imagined. A species barely 50 years into space travel had defeated the galaxy's premier military force. Through sheer determination and adaptability, the war could have continued. The Council possessed greater resources and more advanced technology, but they also recognized something unprecedented in human behavior. Other species fought for territory, resources, or survival. Humans fought for something more fundamental, the right to determine their own destiny. Within a year, the Council offered new terms. Humans would be granted full independence and equal status in galactic affairs. In exchange, they would end their expansion and accept defined territorial boundaries. The human response came from President Tom Harris, the elected leader of their government. His words would be taught in alien schools for generations. We will accept your recognition, but not your boundaries. The stars belong to no one species. We will continue to grow and explore, as is our nature. You may join us as equals or stand aside as observers, but you will not rule us. A council chose cooperation over continued conflict. For the first time in their history, they had encountered a species they could not control or contain. The humans had shown that sometimes the choice to fight rather than submit could reshape the very foundations of civilization. The galaxy would never be the same.